Hey guys, it's Luke with Luke's Coin Art here, and I am testing out this new YouTube Live, and I figured we would make a coin ring out of a Scottsdale Mint, pure silver, 1/4 ounce. These make pretty cool coin rings. So I'll just get going here and we'll see what this whole YouTube Live is all about. First thing you gotta do is find the right ring here that'll fit over the coin and hold it center. I think that one will do good. And I think I'm gonna go with a smaller punch on this. So I'm going to do a 3/8 inch punch. This ring doesn't exactly fit over it, but it'll hold it in place. So that's kind of all that matters right now. So I'm going to use my 6-ton press. Take my pictures off here. Use a 6-ton press to punch this out real quick. And there's the center. And there's the coin. I need to pop that out real quick using just basically whatever will work to pop it out. I'm just going to use another die or another press push rod. So there we have it. The center is perfectly cut out of the center there. See about this, if I can touch it. Oh, it has touch focus. That's kind of good. Alright. Clean up my mess real quick. So now I want to clean the inner side that I just cut out. I want to clean that up a little bit using a Dremel tool, so I'm just going to take some sanding. Need a smaller one here. Just using the small sanding whatever you call it. You want to clean this up because this is going to be the outer rim soon. So any kind of imperfections inside will really show up when you start folding it and stuff. And I'm using kind of a really rough sandpaper there. So I'm going to take a finer one to it next and soften that up a little bit. Make it nice and soft. So this is about a 220 grit here. And then take some steel wool, hit that inside up to kind of finish up that process. See if that'll show up there. Kind of worrying about that inside. It's kind of hard to capture, but basically just want to make that as shiny as possible. Make sure there's no imperfections, because that's where the cracks will come into play and stuff. Then take it to the heat. So we are going to go to the flame. And I need to grab my lighter. I'm gonna heat it up nice and good so it can start being folded and makes the metal a lot softer and a lot easier to deal with. Otherwise you're gonna get splitting and cracking and stuff. I leave my flame on. Next step is starting to fold this. So I'm gonna want to have the lion's head on the outside. It gives it the coolest look when it's over. So I'm going to put that in the die upside down. And I think we're going to go with this guy here. And a smaller cone. Should be enough space to fit under my ring stretcher here without having to use other tools first. Let's check it out. Bring you guys as close as we can here now. So I want to make sure that your level looks like you don't have quite enough space to fit in there, so I'm going to have to use the starter cone just to kind of get just enough room so I could fit the next cone underneath the push rod. I'm going to hit that all the way down. Main goal is to get it to suck up to the cone. So I'm going to want to go another step further because there's a gap there. So I'm going to hit the heat real quick one more time. I should just take a second here. I like to heat the coin pretty much in between each step. So like in between each process, I heat the coin. So each cone I use, I heat the coin. Each time I stretch the coin, I only go about 10 pulls on the stretcher, and then I heat it. I heat a little more than I should, but that's how I do it. So this is, you don't want to push the coin through the bottom of the cone, so you want to make sure that you're still using a die where it's not going to push through. That's kind of the issue I'm at right now. I'm not sure which one to use. This quarter one's too small. Hoping this doesn't push through the bottom. So I'm going to go one more cone size up. There we go. It worked out great. So now we are sucked up to the cone. So that's where we want to be for the next step. So right now it's a small ring. I don't really have a size to go for this one. So I think we'll just shoot for like a, I'm going to shoot for like a 9 final size. So the next step is stretching this thing out. So I'm going to heat it up one more time. Actually, we're going to heat it a few more times, but I'm really just doing this video to see what this whole YouTube live is about, how it works, how people follow me, how just to kind of test it out, really, see how long it'll do video, even though I only plan on doing about a 20-minute video here. So we're all heated up, ready to go. So I'm going to get some shop towel to protect the inner detail now. And can you guys see the top here? Let me move this up. So I'm going to start up top because it doesn't fit too far down, but stretch this out. pure silver is super easy to work with. It's more fragile, but it's super easy to stretch. You can kind of tell when the tension starts hitting. Like right now I'm getting some tension. You want to make sure that you're looking at your cut edge, make sure you're not getting any splitting or any kind of cracks or anything. And we're all good so far. So I'm going to heat another time here. I only have to heat 1 or 2 more times and we'll be done with this guy. Alright, so I'm going to continue to stretch until basically the smaller flared side is more equal to the larger side, the reeded side. Right now it's at about a size 8. I think we said we're going for a 9. Now really, this is pretty much there. Pretty close right now. We are looking at a size 9.5, which is good. I try to go oversized so I can shrink the 2 sides down to the size we want. If I turn it over, it's actually about a 10. So I'm actually going to stretch this a tad bit more, and then we're going to take it to a die and finish it up. This will be the last time I have to heat the coin. Turn my flame off. I'm going to stretch this just about another half size. Alright. You also want to make sure that you turn it, you rotate it on your stretcher, because you can kind of see it's got an octagonal kind of shape to it. So when you get to the size you want, just turn it and don't push it down. Just stretch everything to the same size, and then you'll have a round shape. And I didn't quite fix it. With real soft metals like this, even when the paper or the towel is folded improper underneath, it can leave that impression too. So alright, I hit this without that stuff. It's kind of messing it up. Perfect. So now we have the great perfect round shape that we want, and now we can finish this. So last step really is you can heat it again if you want. This isn't needed to be heated. I'm going to wrap it in some plumber's tape. This will protect the outside detail now. I like to give it several reps. We're going to have metal on metal contact now, which is about the first time that it'll happen on the outside, so it's important to wrap it good. You find the die that it fits in proper. What I like to do and I'm thinking, gosh, this is going to be a small ring. So I'm going to press it all the way down on the non-reeded side. In this die, which is pretty much there. Turn it over, push it down the same amount on the other side. Now at this point you have pretty much perfect shape ring. Now we're just going for the right size. And this is actually a 10. I'm pretty much okay with that because I'm not making this for anybody. If you want to make it smaller, you just keep reducing in the die. But at this point we have a perfect shaped outside of a ring to where there's no coning or anything going on. Let me just double check that. Yeah, there's no coning happening. But what's happened is this side's been stretched out a lot more than this side. This side hasn't really been stretched at all. So you're going to have more metal on this side. And with this coin itself, there isn't really much reed to take off the inside. So I generally wouldn't take the deburring tool to this. But when you do like a silver dollar, something like that, you're really going to get a big lip. This is a great size 10 ring right now. Really no further to have to go on it except for just hitting this side with the Dremel tool. And I can go ahead and just finish this since we're here anyways. But yeah, as far as getting it, if it was supposed to be a size 9, you just turn the die around, go to the next size, and just shrink it a little bit more. Or you can use your stretchers and whatnot. But to finish this up, all I do is, where are my tools? I take a really fine grit sandpaper, which this is a 220 that's also been sanded down some more, so it's actually really soft. I like to hit the outside just a tad. Gives it a good final effect when it's all done. Gives it more of a polished, finished look. Same to the inside here. And then you just hit the top real lightly. Take some. I normally would start with like 800, then go to 1,000, then to 1,200, then up to 2,000. But this is such a soft metal that you can almost just hit it with the 2,000. It'll really soften it up at the end, and then basically done with the ring. Like I said, it wasn't too tough because we weren't going for a specific size. I just it's easier to shrink a ring than it is to stretch a ring once it's done. So with this being a 10 instead of a 9, I'm okay with that. That's really about it. You can give it a patina if you want. Normally I use liver of sulfur, but I'd have to go downstairs for that. So I'm going to patina this real quick for you guys, and we will just use some Black Max, which is basically hydrochloric acid. This stuff is pretty nasty smelling, but it does the trick. It's pretty magical. I'll bring you guys over here, switch it around. So I'm gonna put some gloves on for this. So before you add the Black Max, just hit it with some steel wool. Kind of with silver, when you work with pure silver, it doesn't change the color of the metal at all. When you heat like 90% and stuff, it turns black. So this really already has kind of a cool look to it, but you just want to kind of get that old patina off, get a fresh, just a fresh bare metal, because some of these coins like this one have a frosted effect to them, and once you add the black max it really looks kind of funny. So get the raw metal, hit the inside, hit the outside. And this also just kind of gets rid of your fingerprints and stuff, so when you add your patina, it doesn't leave any off spots. Why isn't this rolling? So I mean, really, if you like your rings polished, you can just hit the polishing wheel, you know, super quick and easy. And since it is quick and easy, I'll just hit this up to show you what the shine would look like. It really heats up the metal too, so but I'm gonna have to put a glove on because my fingers are already hot. The sanding wheel heats that metal up super fast. It even burns through this glove. So, if you like the polished look, this would about be a finished product here. Excuse the toilet paper or tissue box roll here. I'm going to try to focus on this. It's hard to capture silver. This doesn't have a touch focus ability. Come on, focus. It's not wanting to focus on the silver, but it will here in a second when we add this black max. So this stuff will instantly turn the silver black, and I'll show you how this works. It's pretty crazy stuff. It stinks. It stinks especially when it starts reacting with the metal. So watch this. So it instantly turns silver black. And what this does is once we hit it with steel wool, it'll bring out the outer detail, and the rest of the detail will be a little darker, so it actually makes it pop. Recently a lot of people wanted polished stuff, but I find that the patinaed stuff does a lot better. People really like the patina stuff. Normally I don't use this chemical. This is just strictly for this video because I don't want to have to go all the way downstairs and stuff. But I can also just take steel wool to this and take it right off. So give it a second to dry. Right now it's just a black silver ring. And you just lightly hit the inside. Hit your rims. And then the outside. And again, just do it however you feel you need to do it. You can kind of see as it starts to pop out the detail and stuff. So the more you polish it, the more the black will go away. I kind of like this look it's getting right now. So I'm happy with this. So let's see if we can finally get a focus here. Come on, you can focus. I understand this. So if we can get a focus here. Which I'm not having any luck with, except for from far. You can see the inner detail a little better. Scottsdale silver on the inside. Outside detail. Really doesn't like to focus from up close here, does it? I can only focus from afar. But that's pretty much a final ring right there. Roll straight. It's beautiful. The shape is right. And I do have these available. Any size you guys need, up to a size probably 13. And these are $50 shipped in the United States free. And I have many other coins to choose from too. But this is a very beautiful coin when it's done, ring when it's done. Thanks for checking it out. This was fun. Just kind of looking at what other features it has here on the app before I finish. And also see if we can get a better focus from over here. Doesn't appear so. Oh well. It was fun. I hope this gets some views. Please share this too. Appreciate any shares, subscriptions, likes, comments. I'd like to do these more often. It seems like a pretty cool way to get my stuff on YouTube. So thanks for checking it out. Have a great weekend.